So in this video, I'm going to talk about or review the Backhammer by Portland Health Supply Company. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that comes in this package. Here I am picking up the actual machine or gun itself. It's very sleek, very lightweight, feature looking, and it also has, you can see the back side, that's where the functions are, and the bottom is where the on and off switch are. And as you can see, there's so many different attachments here. The metal one is actually what you use for the heating part, which I'll talk about later. That's the cold portion where you can actually put in the freezer. You could actually use it for cold compress while using it. And you see the ball and the tuning fork-like attachments. So now what I'm using it for, I use the metal attachment with this patient. It's heated, so you could actually control the heat all the way up to 45 degrees Celsius, which is pretty warm. And again, the setting for the vibration goes all the way from 0 to 20 RPMs. That's pretty fast, and it's pretty good. It's very lightweight, very quiet, and very comfortable to use. And here you can see me working on this patient for his scapular area and the shoulder girdle, doing specific factor movements or ART-like movements. So normally I would use a metal instrument just as a factor instrument or maybe a Graston tool, but in place of that I actually use the Backhammer, and it's actually very effective. Patient's actually responding very well to the treatment as I do this protocol. You can see a little bit of redness there too, like you would normally get with the instrument's assisted soft tissue manipulation. Here, Dr. Jesse is using the Backhammer on me. So again, I want my staff members to try it out, see how the machine is working. So here he's working on my glute max and then my piriformis, since it's been very tight from not just working out, but also training, but also from just doing day-to-day duties here as a chiropractor. Here he is using it and kind of doing an ART-like movement on my glute max and my piriformis, just to get everything moving well and to loosen me up. Big thing about it, again, like I said, it's very quiet compared to one of the other major name brand handheld massage guns. Also, it's pretty comparable to another one that's also very quite nice. Here we have Coach Dylan using it on Dr. Jesse for stretching purposes. So he's stretching out his hamstrings and also using it off as a normal myofascial release type of tool. So this is something that trainers could use, doctors as I should have used in a clinical way, but also for a layperson, this is also what they could use too on their own. But this is something that Coach Dylan, who is a corrective exercise specialist, is using on him, and in a few minutes or so we're going to show you how he's using it on a patient as well. But again, response is pretty good. Here he is working on another patient here on their upper back and neck muscles, like their upper trapezius and levator scapular muscles. So for this one, he could place it in a lower setting, and the patient had actually responded very comfortably and very well with it too. As you see, as he's putting more of the stretch into our patient here using it, he could actually put the patient in a higher range of motion also within a matter of a few seconds too. And she said it was pretty comfortable as well as he uses it. It's actually very easy to use, very intuitive to use, and again, something that we've seen to be very effective in use in the office. All right, so we've got a chance to use the Backhammer from Portland Health Supplies. And a couple of things I definitely want to talk about too. It's very easy to operate, nice and sleek and smooth, and lighter compared to the other massage type guns that are out there in the market. It is pretty cheap, not cheap in quality, but actually cheaper in cost. Now the big thing too is that we can use it for a lot of things, not just as a massage, but I don't have the attachment here, but we also use it for the heated, which I showed you in the past videos. But it's not just for me treating also, I could also self-treat myself. So for the consumers who are out there who do need a good affordable massage gun, fairly easy to operate, has a nice sleek looking control panel. It goes up to 20, as if you could tolerate it. You could kind of hear it too. It's very, very quiet versus the other massage guns that are out there in the market. And even for the other massage guns that are actually also quiet as well, I'm not going to mention their names, they are also very, very expensive. This one will cost roughly about $200 to $250 if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually very affordable. So I could even do self-treatment on myself. For a lot of folks who have anything like lower back stiffness every so often, like from the erector spinae to the QLs, you could certainly work that out You know, for me, for example, I typically tighten the anterior front area because of working out and being a chiropractor. Yeah, work out the pecs, stretch them out as well. Even to do self stretches like this, for example. Like I'd even do a whole video on it too. Just really get into it. Get into the neck region too. Again, for all you guys working in your laptops remotely or even in the office, this is a very good viable option. For athletes, you know, again, going back to the pecs, for example, but even to, let's say, self-treatment of the hamstrings, you know, even into the calves, you know, very good, very viable. Quads, for example, you know, even depending on also the big part, the width or the size of the muscle, for example, like the quads, you could go higher intensity. And again, this also comes with different types of attachments. There's actually a lot of attachment that comes with it. So this one's a typical ball attachment. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. It comes with a metal attachment for the heated one if you like. It also comes with other types of different attachments so you get right in there. But we typically like the ball. It's very versatile. Taking it off and taking it on, pulling it on is actually very easy. Putting it in, just push it in gently and clockwise. It'll go in. To take it off, just gently counterclockwise and pulling it out. And that's it. On and off switch, you also charge it up. Couple things, with the heated attachment, it does suck up a little bit more of the energy or power from the gun, obviously because it's creating a heat, generating heat. But otherwise, it does last for quite a long time. I think about 10 to 15 hours if you want to use it continuously, or even more if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, it could be shortened down if you use too much of the heat. Okay, so there you have it. This is my review on the Backhammer. Now, the Backhammer itself, like I said, the Backhammer itself is pretty affordable in terms of pricing, around $200, $250, depending on where you're getting it from. You could definitely contact Portland Health Supplies for it too. Other massage therapy guns out there, you probably know a lot of them. They do cost way more than the price too. So as a practitioner, as a layperson using it, this is definitely something worth looking into and worth purchasing.